Okay, I am here at beautiful Sun Retreats, Long Beach Island RV and camping resort. Over there we have the pool, the main building with the general store and registration. We have the miniature golf, the jumping pillow. Beyond there is the game room, and over this side there's one of the two bathrooms. Right, turning around, here we go. I am just at the entrance of the tent sites, which are absolutely lovely. Here we go on in, and I thought I would do a little tour of each site for anybody interested in booking to be able to see what each spot offers. Coming up here, I believe, is, oh no, I guess we start on this side. Let's start over here, T01. All right, all of the sites have the picnic table, at least one fire pit, it looks like. Well, I guess that's for the other site, and a grill. Also, you have your electric and water. Those are located at different points within each tent site, so it might be helpful to see what you get with each. Here, we're looking out on what is the parking for this end of the site while a bee is buzzing my face and my phone. Okay, you want to make a cameo? No. All right. Anyway, looking out into the lot, this is where you can park if you're at one of these sites. There's more parking down the other side as well. I'll show that in a moment. But while it is a very peaceful weekday with nobody here leading up to Labor Day weekend, where it will be packed, absolutely packed with people, this is the basic scene right now. So we've got T01 right here, T02, and I guess that second fire pit is for here. You can see looking out toward where there are a couple of seasonals, and beyond that, the cabins up through the woods there. Again, you've got the picnic table, and let's see where we have connections on this site. I'm gonna guess you share the water outlet that's over there, and then the electrical outlet is here, and the grill just at the front. Coming around to T03, which is, I guess, also named Feather. We got the same situation where we've got what looks like shared water and maybe shared electric as well. I'm not seeing another outlet, but those are located to the back. Everything on this side more or less backs up into the woods, whereas the sites on this side are either along the picnic area, just beyond that fence before the drive there, and right out to the edge of the parking lot here. And I was about to pull away so you can see my van temporarily parked there when I noticed the light was beautiful and it was a great opportunity to do this walkthrough. So, being midweek, we've got some services and maintenance. It's generally much more quiet than this. It's incredibly tranquil. You can hear the road a little bit in the distance, but it's basically very, very peaceful. All right, again, we are on to T04 right here. We have the same basic setup, and you can see how everything's laid out. I'm gonna guess that one of these tables is for T05 over here. It all sorts out. And yeah, so you got fire pit, grill, picnic table, power to the back here. And I'm guessing that's the shared water on this side. So they all have more than one outlet. It's not really a problem. If you really need more hoses, bring a splitter. Should be fine. Walk in a little bit to give a sense of the depth. I'm coming up on somebody's occupied site over here. Go to the back. Beautiful view of the woods. Lovely, lovely. And here at T05, this is what we'd be looking at. I'm not doing this on wide angle, so you get a real sense of the space within. And I'm going to go ahead and skirt around T06 since somebody is staying there and it is bad form to tread on someone else's site. So with respect to that, I'm going to take a peek from out here and see how a very basic setup looks and how much more room you have if you want to expand. I'll show you my site too. Alright, so T6. So you got your water over there by the table and an electrical outlet over there with your fire features over this side and some nice room and shade in between. And yes, it's time to put out the fires at 11 o'clock and get quiet because you can hear a pin drop in here, and so you need to be sensitive to how the light and the sound travel between sites. Alright, so that was 06. I guess we're coming up on 07 here, and this is another lovely shady spot going back into the woods, and it seems more consistent the way things are laid out over here. No, we're getting a different setup now. You've got your electric over there, water here, and then here at T08, and I'm wandering right into it because it juts out a little bit. T08 has the water and electric just next to each other here in the back. So in case you're not familiar with how it works, it is just a standard garden hose fitting, and a lot of these sites have hoses already. And the electric is just your standard household, no need for the 30 amp adapter. And let me show you how spacious this spot is. A lot of room to spread out over here. This is what you've got here at, did I say T08? T08. And it's a lot of room to spread out. If you're coming with a bigger group, it would make sense to also take the next site over, which is T09. Let me walk out to give a better perspective. Forgive the camera work, I'm just doing this on the fly, but I would have loved to have seen these before coming in and been able to have a better sense. There are also some very subtle, very pretty little path lights here. You can see one right here. So that makes it a little bit easier when you have to get to the bathrooms at night. Alright, from the outside, this is a view of T08, and then this brings you over to T09, which is also a rather large site. It begins just about here. You can see the power that's out here, but I believe the power for this site is actually back over there. So walking in again, this one has 2 picnic tables and a lot of good room back here as well. Just moving. I'm gonna get my steps in today. Here we go. So absolutely beautiful spot right here. These trees are spectacular, just tower above, so pretty. And looking back out, got a lot of room to work with over here. So again, you're coming with a larger group, you could couple it with 08 and really have a lot of room to spread your wings here. Alright, so there is also over here, just directly across from this site that I'm still walking out of. Okay, I think this is about the end of their site right here. So, give another view. It's a lot of good space at this one and the one next to it. This may be one of the largest ones. And then what's nice is you do have this little pathway here, and you can see I'm parked and ready to go, but I couldn't miss a chance to share this with you guys, so here we go. This is the path that brings you down to the lot, and then just down there on the end, there's parking under the trees, so it's real comfortable getting in and out to these sites. Cannot drive in here, which is actually really nice at night, but it's easy to pull up and load into a lot of these sites. If you're farther down here, it might be worth bringing some sort of a cart if you have a lot of gear or just planning to pack light. Either way. All right, let's continue along this side first. So these two, T08 and T09, make up a big part of this. And we carry on. I think I'm actually on T09 right now. Here we go. Here is T10. This is a little more standard compared to the other spots. Still more than enough room to spread out. You can look and see that the electric is over here. Now where would you access the water? Did I just walk past it? Good question. Well, let's start with what we do know. There's definitely an electrical outlet right here. And just up front, I did walk right past it. This is where the water comes in for, what'd I say, T10? Yes, indeed, T10 has the water hookups out here. So again, you can just run a hose, but it depends on how you want to set up where you want those things located. So beautiful little spot in here. And continuing. Okay, at this point the numbering changes, and I'm not sure why. It goes to T24 at this point. So I guess we've kind of come around the first row on that side, and though there's 24, gonna guess 25 right here, and then 26 over here. It's a little confusing because T11 is here. So, hello! I'm getting laughed at. This is Frank, our helpful security. Yes, indeed. You can't get rid of me. Okay, just finished chatting with Frank, and I think the best way to do this is to actually go back through these, even though the numbers are different. We're at T25, and we've got the fire pit, grill, picnic table, electric. Where am I not seeing water? Oh, let's keep looking. I'm not seeing the water over here, but that might be, oh, I'm gonna guess it's this spot. All right, so T25, do it from the top. Here we go. We have the water would go in here, and again, got, I don't know what this is. This is an old insert for something, I guess. And you got everything else laid out thusly with the electric just there. Okay, so that does T25. T26 is more or less permanently occupied. It's another gorgeous spot, but it is occupied, and we will respect that. Over here, we have T11, and this is another one of these beautiful, more private spots. You're really set back from most of the other campers, a little bit in from the lot, and you have a lot of space here. It seems that this would be the water for 26 over there. I think this must be the water for this site right here. So we got the water connections, and I don't know if this is electric for one or both of these sites, but we got another one of the path lights here. Let's go on in and take a closer look. Again, your picnic table's over here with, I guess this is a fire pit. There we go. Basic fire pit, grill, Beautiful cluster of trees right here. You have a fair amount of space back here for being able to tuck your tent up against nature itself. And real nice layout. And yeah, I'm going to assume that the water and electric for this site are at that post here. So we've got, confusingly enough, back over here, we've got T10 just over there, blurring out the focus, T24 right here, T25 right here, T26 on the end, and then we go back and it becomes 11 for this site here. A little bit confusing, and it's good to verify where you're going to be because the map for the online reservations is a little bit different from the numbering of these sites in real life. So let's check what we have as we go back down here. Now we're on a path right now, so T11 and 12 back up into the path, and it seems to me that that water and electric is probably shared between T11 and T12. Both of them very lovely shaded sites tucked away. If you like the more secluded spots, these are pretty great picks. Now, coming up on T13 and T14 over here, right? T13 is a really spacious site. Again, a good spot for bigger groups. When I checked in on Friday, there was a family here, had a few tents set up. It was a great arrangement, and I guess you could even take over that site as well if it's a big enough group. A lot of these have these little footpaths between. These people have been booking multiple sites, as I did with my friends earlier this last week into the weekend, and got all this space. Now that right there is where people park. So you're gonna have some people in and out at night, but folks are pretty quiet, they're pretty respectful. So it wouldn't be too much disturbance, but there's not a lot of cover here. What is nice is if you need to get to and from your vehicle frequently, it's just straight off the back of the spot, and there, this is the trail I mentioned that goes behind the other sites. And then right over there is where I was parked a minute ago before I thought I'd start filming. And you have a few nicer RVs here in this lot as well. Again, very quiet, very secluded spot back here, so plenty of peace. And let's do maybe a whole spin around here. So this is the end of the site, backing up to the lot, and got all this room here. All right, now coming along this edge of it and across again for reference once more. This is probably one of the larger ones. Then there is the shared electric and water here. And this is smaller, but still a very comfortable, spacious site that again backs up into the lot where you'd have easy access to your vehicle and any of your stuff. So again, for a large party or if you're coming with a lot of gear, this is a pretty nice way to do it here at T14. There I am, parked and ready to go, run some errands, but we're gonna take this in before I take off. All right. Now we're back to, this was T09, and I showed there was this pathway across. So if you're in a little bit deeper here, you can still easily access the lot without much fuss or bother. And we're coming up on an occupied site I can share. This is one of the two that I booked with friends on Friday, and then I decided to stay on solo. So here we go. We've got our path light, and basically you want to go path light to path light as a reference point for where the lines are. And coming in again, we have the grill, the fire pit, which I'm hoping to get going tonight. Here is my tent, and it has 2 pads in, which is kind of nice because depending on where you can pull up, if it's busy, we got 2 easy straight runs in. So welcome to T15. I've been loving it here, really enjoying myself, and this gives you an idea of how much you can just pull right up to the site and then bring your stuff right up in like this. For this site, the electric is over here, and the water is between this site and T16 next door. And again, there are 2 outlets, no problem. I currently have it set up with a camp shower so I can run hot water to the sink. I have a pop-up changing room, woodshed, utility space where I'm stashing recycling, and this has been really nice. I just have my little propane tank down here, covered in camo because I don't feel like looking at it. Got to keep that open, it gets hot, I need to vent it. And this was fun. I had fun putting together what's basically a tripping on stuff as I try to show this chemistry lab stand, which I have used to create a sink out of a camp shower. And it's worked wonderfully. Been really happy with it. So that's my washing up area, changing room with somewhere to put some firewood and recycling. And I currently have my cart I used to lug gear in covered because yesterday there was some heavy rain and I needed to protect some of the stuff from the downpour. So I got that kind of temporarily rigged like that. Again, a ton of space here. It's doesn't look like much when you pull up on it, but between having the table, the grill, the fire pit, plenty of room for a couple of tents, and I've kind of spread out over here since the rest of my party took off, and we've consolidated the 2 sites into one. Originally, we had these things on T16, which I'm going along to show you. And again, you see all the little footpaths between, so if you take 2 sites, it's really easy to just comfortably walk between them. You don't have to go all the way out like I'm doing. I'm just doing this to demonstrate the size and layout of each of these. So here we go again. As promised, standard fire pit, grill, and picnic table. And in addition to having the shared water over here, which you can now see from this side a little more clearly. In fact, let me turn this off since I'm going to head out in a little bit and my water heater's leaking a little bit, so conserve resources, yes? Okay, so again, there's another path directly into here that takes you straight down to your vehicle so you can load in without having to drag it up and down the trail and without bringing the vehicle into where it is peaceful. So this is T16, and there is a shared electrical outlet over here. So each of these are laid out a little bit different in terms of utilities. It seemed more uniform over on that side. It seems a little more irregular on this side, but it all works out. And again, if you're bringing your extension cords and the right hoses, you can really certainly reach any part of these sites you actually need to. Alright, so I haven't had a good look at these. These were all full, so let's take a peek. We have T17 right here, and I've already shown that there was the shared electric over there, just in that corner there. T17 and 16 run off of that one. This is T17 and 18 water. And again, you'll notice that a lot of these already have hoses. So if you don't have one, you can probably make arrangements to use one of these and be able to pack a little more lightly. Alright, so better view of the shady spot out here with the picnic tables, which, I may be wrong. This may not be a common area. Are these also tent sites? Because I'm seeing grills, power, fire rings. Okay, you know what? Let's go out, because I'm saying this is a common area and I think I'm wrong. No, these are also tent sites. Huh. Okay, so here at, the numbering really perplexes me. We're now at T23, and you have the electric and a fire pit over there, picnic table, and I'm not sure how this spreads out. It almost looks like this is another site here. This is sort of an open area. Let's take a peek and see. Oh, also, yes, there are no dogs allowed in the tent area. There are a couple of cabins that accommodate dogs, but you would also have to check with management about that. And what I'm not seeing are the same frequency of water hookups. So T23, oh, there's a water outlet right here with 2 spigots on it. So you got that, and you can see a lot of water came through here with the rain the other day, but it drains beautifully. It's been really nice. And here's 29, I guess, 25, 27. What else we have here? This is another thing for drainage to help conduct it away from the sites. There are, oh, well, there's an outlet here, and there's another water hookup here. So that's some more of the utility for 25 right here. Guess I'm standing in 25. This is 22. This is 21. This is 24. And I'm gonna get in on this. This is a great sign. I haven't seen these before. And there are some more lights out here, so it's not total darkness. And then 23. So I'm not sure how these sites break down. I was mistaken in thinking this was a common picnic area, but these are smaller sites as well. Good to know. All right, moving back up into a more sequential numbering of sites over here. We've made it to T18. I'm back on this site here with the electric and the water. T19 is another nice roomy spot that would probably be a good one to book with T20 if you wanted the added space over there. But again, we've got the standard features, the electric that seems to be shared with the site next door over here. water right here. Now this only seems to have the one outlet, but again, you can bring a splitter and make sure that you've got enough for 2 hoses in case both T19 and T20 need at the same time. Okay, I'm getting eaten alive here. I should probably wrap soon. Alright, and for T20, the layout looks like this as you approach the entrance where we started. And there's electric right there, and fire pit here. So, what I'll do is one more quick walkthrough. I can show, probably speed it up when I get to edit this. We'll see. Let's see what we got. So one more time. This is the main entrance. There are bathrooms over that way. There's the main building, miniature golf, jumping pillow. The speed limit is 5.5 miles per hour. And yeah, there's a game room back there as well. So let's just do one more beautiful walkthrough. Well, this light is just about perfect for sharing. Okay, so sorry, no pets, no fireworks. Quiet time, 11 p.m. to 8 a.m. And here we go. And over here is a pathway that you can follow out to where the cabins are. And maybe I'll do some footage walking down this path. I'll show the cabins and the bath that's over that side. and show how once you come out, you basically loop all the way back around on the road, and you'll be back at the main gate of the tent sites. All right, well, I have very much enjoyed my stay here, whether with people or alone. It has been wonderful for good sleep and exercise that doesn't feel like exercise, and I definitely intend to come back if they'll have me, trying to be a good guest. And really enjoying the hospitality and the support. There's a lot that goes into running an operation like this, and this team really works hard to make it special and go the extra distance. They'll deliver your firewood to your site, and I see they bring a truck out to pump out some of these RVs so they don't have to move to do it themselves, and it's just all the little things that go a long way. So here's a quick view of the parking area, the trail, and a couple of the sites from the lot with the path. And just over here, view in from outside. Yeah, also this is not for parking right on the site, it's just for loading in, but get loaded in, and just a short distance over there is what turned out to be plenty of parking. So, alright, that is looking in from the outside here. I'm excited to share this, and I hope this is helpful, and I would definitely recommend booking a visit here. It has been wonderful, and I continue to extend my stay because I happen to have the window of opportunity. I'm set up, the weather's perfect, and I get to beat the Labor Day rush. So I'm feeling very, very blessed for that. And I hope that you can find your time to come and enjoy all this place has to offer. I'll try to share some more about the amenities as well. But in the meantime, I have to get on the road. I gotta go pick up some supplies since I'm staying a little longer than planned. And yeah, I'm gonna have to work out that poor deflated roof bag that is less than aerodynamic, but has actually been really great. I'd like to do some reviews on some of the pieces I've had a chance to field test here too. So maybe we'll come back with some further info about the gear as well. Until then, I hope this was informative and soothing and motivates you to consider a stay here. All right, Sun Retreats, Long Beach Island, 100% happy. Take care.